Hello and welcome to our daily learning video. I'm glad that you decided to join me today for letter H. So I'm going to ring the bell and we'll get started. Time for school. Okay, our letter today is the letter H. That's what letter H looks like. And if your name has an H, stand up. If your name has an H, stand up. If your name has an H, if your name has an H, if your name has an H, stand up. My name has an H. Well, that's what that letter is, H. This is what it looks like. And I'm going to be talking about Harold and the purple crayon today. So I just decorated my H with a purple crayon. Now you could color the whole thing purple, but in the story, Harold draws lots of things. So I thought it might be fun to just draw some things on my letter H. So just think about what you'd like to draw. Maybe some fun shapes. There's a triangle. And just draw all kinds of things on your H with your purple crayon today. So this letter is H. And now that we can recognize it, let's try to write it. So this is how you write H. And this is our homework time, or our handwriting time. And you can practice some more for homework, but let's practice right now really quick. So to make a big uppercase H, you make a 1. And then you make another 1, and then you connect them. So I'll show you that again, okay? Not too hard. So there's a 1 and a 1, and connect them. Let's see what that looks like on handwriting paper. So make a number 1, and then beside it, make another number 1, and then connect them together in the middle. 1, 1, connect. 1, 1, connect. 1, 1, connect. That's how you make a big uppercase H. So pause and practice some more, or just keep going and practice for homework. So to make the little letter H, it's just one hill. Let me show you what I mean. Make a 1 and then a hill. Let's see that one again, okay? 1 hill. Did you notice I didn't pick up my marker? I just kept going. 1 and then trace back up, 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 and over. 1 hill. Let's see what that looks like on the handwriting house paper. Just make a number 1 and then a hill. The hill will be downstairs. 1 hill. 1 hill. 1 hill. 1 hill. So that is the little lowercase h, and I know you were working so hard on handwriting, so I'm sending you a purple sticker for your handwriting time today. Now let's talk about what letter H sounds like. Letter H sounds like this. And I need you to help me so that we can make that sound together. So would you stand up? Do you mind? Can you stand up? And I want you to run as fast as you can. And when the bell beeps, I want you to come back and we're going to listen to how we're breathing, okay? So stand up. Here we go. All right, get ready to run. You can run around the house or you can run in place, but when the bell beeps, come back and sit down. On your marks, get set, go. Go, go, go. Run, 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 run as fast as you can. Whoa, you're so fast, like Lightning McQueen. Run, 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 run. Run, 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 run. Run faster, run faster. Oh, 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 come back, come back, come back and sit down. Come back, come back. Let's see how we're breathing. When you run really fast, sometimes you breathe like that. What does letter H say? Like when you've been running and breathing really hard. So H says, do you want to play that one more time? I thought you might. Okay, so let's stand up and let's run as fast as we can, and then we'll come back and practice that letter sound. On your marks, get set, go, run as fast as you can. Wow, you're so fast. Wow, look at you go. Run. Run faster. Oh, come back. Let's listen to how we're breathing. That's what letter H sounds like. And this is the hand motion for letter H. Every letter has a hand motion. Well, now that we know what letter H says, what does it say one more time? H says, let's do some blending with letter H. Can you tell me what the vowels are? The vowels are A, E, I, O, U, A, E, I, O, U, A, E, I, O, U. These are the vowels. Okay, well, we're going to put a letter H beside each of these vowels, and we're going to do some blending. We know what H sounds like. We just talked about it. H says, so do you remember what letter A sounds like? A says, ah, like with your sneezing, ah. That's what A says. So let's blend. Let's put these sounds together. Ah, ha, ha, ha. Good work. What does letter E say, Sunny? E looks like an ear, and E says, eh, eh. What'd you say, Sunny? Eh. Let's blend. Eh, he, he. Very good job. Letter I looks like a lollipop. An icky, sticky lollipop. And I says, ew. So let's blend. Ew, he, he. Letter O has a sore throat, and I need to check your throat. So open your mouth and say, ah. Looks good. That's what letter O says. O says, ah. So let's blend. Ah, ha, ha. Letter U has been eating too many gummy bears and cakes and ice cream and cookies and chocolates, and now has a tummy ache. For our new friends, let me show you what letter U looks like. Poor letter U. Too many sweets, and now he has a tummy ache. And U says, oh. See, it looks like his full tummy. So now let's blend, okay? Good work blending. Ha, he, ha. All right, so that is how you start to learn to read. You just begin to blend sounds together, and you did a great job today. Well, that was our letter of the day time. And now it is time for math. And in the story, Harold and the Purple Crayon, he draws a lot of purple pies. So we're going to head over to the math table, and I'm going to make a purple pie and talk about simple fractions. So let's go. So here's that purple pie I was telling you about. I made one whole pie. The way that I did it was I just found something that was a circle, like this lid. I put it on some purple paper, traced around it, and cut it out. And ta-da, a purple pie. This is one whole pie. Can you say one whole? Well, fractions are just parts of a whole. So I'm going to divide this whole pie into parts. So take a look at this. There's the whole pie, but I cut it into 2 parts. Let's count. 1, 2. So each of these parts is called a half. Can you say 1 half? Good job. Well, let's divide the pie into some more pieces so I can share with you, all my friends. So there, let's get the whole pie back together. There's 1 whole pie, but this time I'm going to cut it into 4 pieces. Let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4. Each one of these is 1/4. Can you say 1/4? It's 1 part of 4 pieces. So it's 1/4. All right, let's go back and review what we just learned. All right, this is 1 whole. Can you say 1 whole? Okay, this time the pie is divided into 2 pieces. So each of these pieces is 1 half. Can you say 1 half? Finally, we're going to divide the pie into 4 pieces. Okay, so let's divide the pie into 4 pieces. Let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4. And each of these pieces is called 1/4. Can you say 1/4? Good job. Now today, if you'd like to, you can make a pie and you can divide it and you can practice your fractions. It's also kind of like a puzzle, so it's really fun. This is 1 whole, 1 half, and 1/4. Now I'm going to come back into the classroom and we'll look at cubes in real life. You might be surprised at all the cubes you can find all around you. Take a look at these. Wow, I see some ice cubes. And I see this is a Minecraft cube. If you play that game or know about that, that's a Minecraft cube. This is a Rubik's Cube. Maybe you even have one of those. These are sugar cubes. What's this? It's a box, that's right, or a package, and it's in the shape of a cube. Ooh, what's this? That's a present or a gift, and it's in the shape of a cube. I wonder what's inside. These are ABC blocks, and you guessed it, they are cubes. But this last one is my favorite. Take a look at these watermelons. In Japan, they grow watermelons inside of a box, so they'll take the shape of the box, which is cube. Those are pretty cool. Well, cubes are everywhere. And remember what a cube is? This is a cube. It's just a 3D shape that has a square, 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 squares on all of the sides. There are 6 flat sides on a cube. We call those faces. So look around. You might be surprised at all the places you see cubes. Okay, now it's time for a little brain break. And for our brain break today, we're going to be practicing all of the colors. I'm going to put the link below for a fun video that talks about colors, and you have to look down and see what color you're wearing. It's going to say, for example, if you're wearing red, stand up and shake your head, and it'll do a lot more fun things. So if you need a little brain break, just pause this, look at the link below and do the color song, and then come back and we'll do some art together. Okay, so I'm going to continue, but if you need a break, just go ahead and help yourself. But for art today, we're going to be making purple in a bag. So I just have a Ziploc baggie and I have some purple paint. So I'm just pouring some of that purple paint into the baggie. Okay, and then the fun part is you can squish the paint all around. Close it first and then squish the paint all around. If you don't have purple paint, you can use blue and red, and you could squirt some blue in there and squirt some red, because red and blue makes purple. So that would even be an extra art activity. You could mix colors. All right, so I'm just going to take my baggie, and you can put yours on the table, but I'm going to put mine on a clipboard because I want you to be able to see it really well. So all you do is just spread out all that paint. Just spread it, spread it, spread it. And then guess what? You can write in it and draw in it. So I'll practice my letter H. And the best news is you won't get messy because all the paint's inside the baggie. So Harold drew with his purple crayon, and you can draw with your purple paint in a bag today if you'd like to. That's a lot of fun. Let's draw a smiley face. H is for happy. Well, that was our art project, and now I want to do some science with you. So today we're going to talk about moon phases. In the story, the first thing that Harold draws is the moon. So there are 4 basic moon phases. When you go outside and you look up in the sky, does the moon always look the same? No, the moon doesn't always look the same, does it? That's because it has different phases that it goes through. One of the phases is this one. This is when you can't see the moon at all. It's shaded. And this is called a new moon. The next kind of phase is this one. It looks like a little teeny tiny piece of the moon is showing, and it kind of looks like a fingernail. This is called a crescent moon. Crescent. And then there's this moon. This is where half of the moon is showing, and we call that a quarter moon. Quarter. And then finally, if the whole moon is showing, we call it a full moon. So I made a little project just to help you to remember those phases, and you can make this too as a bonus activity, I guess, for art if you want to. So I just took a piece of black paper and I folded it in half, and then I'm going to fold it in half again. And then when I open it up, it makes 4 parts. See, 1, 2, 3, 4. Just fold it in half and half again. And then you can draw those 4 moon phases we talked about. There's the one where the moon is dark, and that's called a new moon. Can you say new moon? There's the one where the moon is looking like just a little fingernail. That's called a crescent moon. Can you say crescent? This is the one where half of the moon is showing, and we call it a quarter moon. Can you say quarter moon? And this is the one where all of the moon is shining brightly. We call that a full moon. Can you say full moon? Very, very good. Well, I'll put these moon phases right here on the shelf for you to see. Maybe you can make one too. And I used a white crayon to make that, but in the story, Harold's going to use a purple crayon. Let's read that together right now. It's called Harold and the Purple Crayon by Crockett Johnson. One evening, after thinking it over for some time, Harold decided to go for a walk in the moonlight. There wasn't any moon, so maybe it was a new moon. Remember, we said when you can't see the moon at all, it's a new moon. But Harold needed a moon to walk in the moonlight, so he decided to draw one with his purple crayon, and he needed something to walk on. He made a long straight path so he wouldn't get lost, and he set off on his walk, taking his big purple crayon with him. But he didn't seem to be getting anywhere on the long straight path, so he left the path for a shortcut across a field, and the moon went with him. The shortcut led right to where Harold thought a forest ought to be. He didn't want to get lost in the woods, so he made a very small forest with just one tree in it. It turned out to be an apple tree. The apples would be very tasty, Harold thought, when they got red. So he put a frightening dragon under the tree to guard the apples. It was a terribly frightening dragon. It even frightened Harold. He backed away, but his hand was still holding the purple crayon and it began to shake. Suddenly, he realized what was happening, but by then, Harold was over his head in an ocean. He came up thinking fast, and in no time, he was climbing aboard a trim little boat. He quickly set sail, and the moon sailed right along with him. After he had sailed long enough, Harold made land without much trouble. He stepped ashore on the beach, wondering where he was. The sandy beach reminded Harold of picnics, and the thought of picnics made him hungry, so he laid out a nice, simple picnic lunch. There was nothing but pie, but there were all 9 kinds of pie that Harold liked best. When Harold finished his picnic, there was quite a lot left. He hated to see so much delicious pie go to waste. So Harold left a very hungry moose and a deserving porcupine to finish it up, and off he went, looking for a hill to climb to see where he was. Harold knew that the higher up he went, the farther he could see, so he decided to make the hill into a mountain. If he went high enough, he thought, he could see the window of his bedroom. He was tired, and he felt he ought to be getting to bed. He hoped he could see his bedroom window from the top of the mountain. But as he looked over the other side, he slipped, and there wasn't any other side of the mountain. He was falling in thin air. But luckily, he kept his wits and his purple crayon. He made a balloon and grabbed onto it. And he made a basket under the big balloon, enough to stand in. He had a fine view from the balloon, but he couldn't see his window. He couldn't even see a house. So he made a house with windows, and he landed the balloon on the grass in the front yard. None of the windows was his window, though. He tried to think where his window ought to be. He made some more windows. He made a big building full of windows. He made lots of buildings full of windows. He made a whole city full of windows. But none of the windows was his window. He couldn't think where it might be. He decided to ask a policeman. The policeman pointed the way. Harold thanked him. And he walked along with the moon, wishing he was in his room and in his bed. Then, suddenly, Harold remembered. He remembered where his bedroom window was. It was where the moon was. It was always right around the moon. And then Harold made his bed. He got in it and he drew up the covers. The purple crayon dropped on the floor and Harold dropped off to sleep. The end. Well, I hope you've had some fun today with letter H and Harold and the purple crayon. I'll see you next time. Goodbye.